It's been some wonderful contribution from our viewers.
Yeah.
I mean, but the majority of our viewers have laid the blame at the feet of the North as a whole,
Yeah.
the Northern governor,
Yeah.
and they see it as a kind of ethnic bias against the person of the president.
Yeah.
Do you agree with this?
Partly, yes, of course, we have to. There's no doubt about it. Things have been said that should not have been said. People have been insensitive, and we need to realize that. I believe some political elites in Nigeria are part of our greatest problem, and most of them should not even have held political posts, because they're more or less in disgrace in terms of some of the things they've uttered. Because people are motivated by things that they hear people that they look up to as mentors say. So when people come up and say we're going to make the country ungovernable for a leader, it doesn't speak well. If you lose an election, shake hands and wait for your turn, to go back
But
again.
even if people say they're going to make a government ungovernable,
Yeah.
does it not? I'm still saying, if I were president, well, no.
Yeah.
If somebody threatens your government, what's that?
Yeah,
But you still have a responsibility as a
Yes.
president, the commander-in-chief,
Yeah.
to ensure that that threat.
And that's the reason why I agreed with my honourable colleague here that Mr. President, like he said, need to call these people and say to them, I'm giving you an opportunity. I should have used the full length of the law on Section 305. I've not used it because I wanted you to give you an opportunity from a democratic perspective. If you do not, put your house in order, I will use the full force of the law, and I don't care what the circumstances will be. Then, Mr. President also need to work strategically with the military. Remove people that need to be removed. Use the diaspora. Use the international organizations and countries that are willing to support you. There are lots of Nigerians, from my brother here that has legal skills, extreme legal skills, Yorubas, Hausas, who have skills, who are not corrupted by this system in Nigeria, that you could bring in, that will create leadership and help brush up. Let me give you part of the things that concern me is that a guy was in the SSS headquarters when there was an escape, and the guy tweeted some pictures that shows that these people were actually arrested, and all of a sudden we heard stories that those people were trying to escape and they were killed. Nothing is heard about that story again, apart from the fact that the guy was incarcerated for about 9 days because people started screaming and shouting, and he was released. There's a lot of abuse, a lot of things that are happening in Nigeria that should not be happening, and Mr. President just needs to put his feet down and say, okay, you know what, just like his wife feet, because we need to appreciate Patience Goodluck Jonathan, because she's done excellent work. She's come out and say, you know what, these people, if you don't do something, I'm going to march on the streets of Nigeria to demand for these children. Mr. President, like he's now saying, needs to tell these people, put them to order and say, if you don't do what you're supposed to do, I will remove you from that post. And more importantly, I will recommend that Mr. President introduce a massive treaty-style approach in the North. He should invest money into, create what we call an economic recovery plan in the North. Maybe invest money there to help all those people, because even though we don't want to admit that poverty might be part of the problem, but we've had Boko Haram suspects have been arrested, and even people in Niger saying that they're giving 600,000, they're giving 500,000.